that a Christian's work flows from faith. A Christian's work flows from faith. And this is the major part of the memorial, as I say, for us today. Paul says, remembering without ceasing your work of faith in our Lord Jesus Christ, in the sight of God and our Father. Your work of faith. In other words, your work which comes from faith. That's the idea. Of is the idea of coming from, the work of faith. A Christian's work flows from faith, not fear. We're not talking about you laboring for Christ because you feel guilty. That's not what these people did. They labored because of grace, not because of guilt. They worked of faith. A Christian's work flows from faith, not from fear. Faith precedes your good works, and it provokes your good works. Faith preceded their good works, and faith provoked their good works. That's the idea of it. Your work of faith. And that faith in and of itself is a mark of grace, is it not? Because we know that comes from God. By grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. And so the whole thing here is a picture of God's grace, and yet it is grace applied to people who then become workers for Christ, and their work flows from faith. This is very important. As we would look back in the history of this church and this congregation, and look at this memorial that Paul says, we remember this without ceasing. I mean, he's setting it up. It's very important. It's not just like a passing remark, oh yeah, those people worked of faith. No, he's saying, everyone look at this. This is how to serve Christ. Make sure you work of faith. Not of fear, not of guilt, but of faith. That's why they were examples to all those in Macedonia and Achaia. A Christian's work flows from faith. Faith in what? Or confidence, we might say, in what? The word faith has that idea, of confidence. It's something that you believe that has an effect upon your life. It's not like you just say something's true. No, it's true and it has a bearing on how I respond. A Christian's work flows from faith. Faith in what? And that's what we want to spend our time focusing on here.